Welcome to the Board Business Channel. You know, sometimes the most fascinating companies are the ones you've never heard of.
Oh, totally.
Get ready, because today we're diving into one of those hidden gems,
Okay.
a Taiwanese company called Allied Supreme Corp.
Ooh, I love a good mystery. So what's so special about this Allied Supreme?
Well,
Do they have like a secret formula for the world's best bubble tea?
close, but not quite.
Okay.
Think less boba, more high-tech chemicals.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Right.
Tell me more.
Picture this. Those powerful chemicals used to make all our fancy electronics,
Okay.
like your smartphone or laptop.
Right.
They need to be stored and transported in something super durable, right?
Yeah.
Something that can handle intense heat and corrosive substances.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can't just pour those chemicals into any old container.
Exactly. And that's where Allied Supreme comes in.
Okay.
They specialize in what are called fluoropolymers. Think of it like a super-powered version of Teflon.
Ooh, fancy Teflon. So they're like the ultimate nonstick cookware company.
Well, they did start out making nonstick cookware,
Oh, wow.
but then they saw a huge opportunity in the semiconductor industry.
Okay.
All those chip manufacturers need specialized tanks, pipes, even tanker truck linings to handle those harsh chemicals.
Wait, so they went from coating frying pans to supplying parts for the companies making our smartphones?
Yeah,
That's quite a leap.
it is. And they absolutely nailed it.
Wow.
They realized that the semiconductor industry needed customized, high-quality solutions.
Yeah.
And they were willing to go the extra mile to provide them.
So it's not just about making the products.
Right.
It's about understanding the specific needs of their clients
Yeah.
and delivering exactly what they need.
You got it. They don't just manufacture tanks and pipes.
Oh, wow.
They design, install, and even fill them. Talk about full service.
Wow, they're like the personal shoppers of the chemical container world.
Yeah.
But seriously, that's a smart strategy.
Yeah.
They're offering a complete solution, which must give them a big advantage.
Absolutely. Most of their competitors,
Yeah.
mainly Japanese companies at the time,
Right.
were outsourcing parts of the process,
Yeah.
which made them slower and less flexible.
Right.
Allied Supreme saw that gap in the market
Yeah.
and took full advantage of it.
So they basically outmaneuvered their competition by being more efficient and offering a more comprehensive service. Clever. What happened next?
Well, they started landing some major clients, including, wait for it,
Okay.
TSMC.
No way! TSMC, as in the TSMC, the biggest chip maker on the planet.
You know,
That's huge.
and it's not just about being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
Allied Supreme invested heavily in research and development,
Okay.
and they came up with a patented technology for molding PFA,
Okay.
a specific type of fluoropolymer,
Okay.
into those crucial components.
So they're not just making stuff, they're actually innovating and coming up with new ways to do things better. That's impressive. But why is PFA so special?
Well, think of it as the gold standard of fluoropolymers when it comes to purity.
No, okay.
You don't want any contaminants getting into those
Yeah.
sensitive chemicals used in chip manufacturing, right?
Right.
PFA is incredibly resistant to chemicals and can handle extremely high temperatures.
Wow.
It's like the Superman of materials for this industry.
So that's their secret weapon. High quality materials, customized solutions,
Right.
and a one-stop shop service model.
Yeah,
It's like they cracked the code for success in this niche market.
they did.
But I'm curious, how do they get so good at this?
Right.
I mean, it's a pretty specialized field.
Well, you know me. I love a good underdog story.
Yes, you do.
And Allied Supreme's journey is full of twists and turns.
Oh,
I started small, learned from the best,
okay.
and even made some pretty big mistakes along the way.
Oh, I bet there are some juicy stories there. What kind of mistakes?
Well, early on, they actually messed up a major order, a $4 million order
Oh, no.
from a company called Taiwan Plastics. Apparently, there was a quality control issue with some of the fluoropolymer linings they produced.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. $4 million is no small potatoes.
Yeah.
What happened? Did they lose the client?
This is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Instead of sweeping it under the rug, the chairman of Allied Supreme personally went to Taiwan Plastics to apologize and explain how they were going to fix the problem.
Wow, that takes guts. Not many CEOs would do that.
Right. But it shows how committed they were to building trust and long-term relationships with their clients.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Oh, wow.
Taiwan Plastics was so impressed with their honesty and dedication
Okay.
that they ended up becoming Allied Supreme's main supplier for fluoropolymer linings.
Talk about turning a disaster into a triumph. That's a lesson in crisis management right there.
Yeah.
So they went from messing up a major order to becoming the top supplier for that same client.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What else did they do to build their success?
Well, they didn't just stop at supplying parts.
Okay.
They saw the bigger picture.
Yeah.
They realized that as the semiconductor industry was growing,
Right.
there would be a greater need to transport larger quantities of chemicals.
So they anticipated the need for tanker trucks. Makes sense.
Exactly. And they were ready for it.
Okay.
They developed specialized linings for those tanker trucks. And guess what? They now control over 70% of the global market for those linings.
From non-stick pans to dominating a niche market that's crucial for the global tech industry, that's quite a journey. They really seem to have a knack for anticipating trends and adapting to the changing needs of the market.
They do. And it all comes down to their focus on quality innovation and building strong relationships with their clients. They're like the quiet achievers of the tech world, the unsung heroes working behind the scenes to make sure our gadgets keep running smoothly.
It's fascinating how a company specializing in something as seemingly mundane as Teflon can have such a huge impact on the world of technology. It just goes to show you never know where innovation will come from.
Exactly.
But let's get back to the people behind Allied Supreme.
Right.
We talked about Chairman Howe's dedication to quality and his willingness to personally apologize for mistakes.
Right.
What else makes him tick?
Well, one thing that stands out is his long-term vision.
Okay.
He's not just focused on short-term profits. He's thinking about where the industry is headed and how Allied Supreme can stay ahead of the curve.
I like a leader with a vision. So what's his grand plan for the future of Allied Supreme? World domination, perhaps.
Maybe. But seriously, he's really focused on innovation and sustainability. He wants Allied Supreme to be a leader in developing eco-friendly fluoropolymer solutions that meet the growing demand for environmentally responsible manufacturing practices.
That's awesome. So they're not just about making money, they're also thinking about their impact on the planet. I respect that, but let's be real. Innovation and sustainability can be expensive.
Yeah.
How are they managing to balance those goals with their bottom line?
Well, they're investing heavily in research and development.
Okay.
And they're partnering with universities and research institutions to develop cutting-edge technologies.
Smart move. Tapping into that brain power. But R&D takes time, right? How patient are their investors?
Well, they've been fortunate to have investors who share their long-term vision and understand that building a truly sustainable business takes time and commitment.
It's so refreshing to hear about a company that's not just chasing quarterly profits, but actually thinking about the bigger picture. But let's not forget the people who make all this happen, the employees.
Right.
What's the company culture like at Allied Supreme?
From what I've gathered, they have a very strong company culture.
Okay.
They emphasize teamwork, collaboration, and professional development. They even have a program where they send employees to Japan to learn from the best in the industry.
Ooh, a company that invests in its people.
Yeah.
Love it. It sounds like they're really creating a culture of excellence from the top down.
Exactly. And it's not just about technical skills.
Yeah.
They also emphasize the importance of ethics and integrity. They want their employees to be not just skilled professionals, but also responsible citizens.
So they're not just building a company, they're building a community that's so important, especially in today's world. But let's face it, no company is perfect.
Right.
They've had their share of challenges, right?
Of course, every company faces challenges, but what's important is how they respond to those challenges.
Yeah.
And Allied Supreme has consistently shown that they're willing to learn, adapt, and come back stronger than ever.
I'm sensing a theme here. Resilience, adaptability, innovation. These guys seem to have it all. But I'm curious what's next for them. Where do they go from here?
Well, they're continuing to expand their global reach, exploring new markets in Southeast Asia and Europe.
Makes sense. Can't let those fluoropolymers get lonely. But seriously, that's exciting. They're really becoming a global force. But I'm curious, what are the biggest risks they face?
Well, one of the biggest challenges they face is managing their growth.
Okay.
They've expanded rapidly in recent years, and they need to make sure that they don't lose sight of their core values and their commitment to quality.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of growth and forget what made you successful in the first place. So how are they addressing that challenge?
Well, they're investing heavily in their people,
Okay.
making sure they have the training and resources they need to maintain their high standards.
That's key. Investing in your people is the best way to ensure long-term success. But let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. What does Allied Supreme's success tell us about the global economy?
Well, I think it highlights the increasing importance of specialized knowledge and expertise.
In a world where technology is constantly evolving, companies that can provide highly specialized solutions are in high demand.
So it's not just about being big, it's about being the best at what you do.
Exactly. And Allied Supreme is a perfect example of that they've carved out a niche for themselves in a critical industry.
Right.
And they've become indispensable partners for some of the biggest companies in the world.
It's inspiring to see a company that started out making nonstick cookware become a global leader in such a complex and important industry. It just goes to show that with the right combination of vision, innovation, and dedication, anything is possible.
Absolutely. And speaking of vision, it reminds me of something my friend Steve, the executive director of the Arizona-Taiwan office, always says about the importance of fostering strong business partnerships between Taiwan and the U.S. Companies like Allied Supreme are a testament to the power of those partnerships.
It's all about collaboration and sharing knowledge.
Exactly. And you know what? I bet most people listening to this have never even heard of Allied Supreme. Probably not. They're the silent heroes behind our smartphones and laptops.
But now they know.
Yeah.
And that's what we love about doing this show, shining a light on the hidden gems of the business world.
Right.
The companies that are quietly making a huge impact on our lives.
It's all about the stories, the innovations, and the people who make it all happen.
Absolutely. And Allied Supreme's story is one that deserves to be told.
Yeah.
It's a story of ingenuity, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. And who knows, maybe someday they'll be a household name.
Well, if they ever decide to branch out into Teflon-coated tacos, they'll definitely have my vote.
Now, that's an idea.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, Allied Supreme's journey is a reminder that sometimes the most fascinating companies are the ones you never heard of.
Right.
They're the quiet achievers, the ones who are quietly shaping the world around us.
So the next time you reach for your smartphone, take a moment to appreciate the unsung heroes at Allied Supreme.
Right.
The masters of fancy Teflon who are making it all possible.
Well said. Now, on that note, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Allied Supreme Corp.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journal with you.
And remember, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
And ring the bell for notifications so you never miss a deep dive.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.